Most people don't fall out of shape because they get lazy. What happens is they get disheartened or overwhelmed because they struggle to keep up. You've got these all or nothing programs, which are now the set standard. People dip in and out. They never really quite manage to keep up with the things they need to do to stay in a shape that makes them happy. And there's no one out there telling them that there's a different way to go about doing it. Then you get work, kids, and all those responsibilities start to pile up. Gradually, then the gym stops and activity levels drop and the things that make you feel like you start to stop. And before you know it, it's like you became a version of yourself that you never agreed to. I'm Nathan Jordine, I'm a personal trainer, and I've been coaching for over 10 years. I'm also a professional wrestler, which at 40, with 2 kids, it tends to raise some eyebrows. But that's kind of the point. I'll come back to that in a minute. See, there's a thing that happens to people in their 20s. They used to be active in sport or martial arts or the gym, and then life gets in the way. And they tell themselves it's temporary, but temporary then becomes the new normal. And normal just becomes who they are now. And the thing that no one says out loud is, that's not inevitable. That's a choice. A slow one not intended, but a choice. I'm not interested in shaming anyone for that. I hear it from clients a lot. But I'm interested in interrupting that. I don't do all or nothing programs that work for like 2 to 3 weeks and then collapse under the pressures of real life. What I do is I help people to build a standard, something they maintain because it becomes who they are, not because they're chasing something. Being in shape for me, it's like a baseline, a non-negotiable. And everything else, keeping up with my kids, having energy, being capable, that all flows from it. So getting back to the wrestling. I started training for professional wrestling back in 2021. I always wanted to do it my whole life. I grew up watching it, obsessed with it as a kid, and I kept putting it off. Back then, it wasn't like you had Google to just search wrestling school near me, and it's not like you got the amount of schools that we've got now. You know, I stopped watching after leaving school, when I started work, getting into my career and getting that up and going. Now I dipped in and out, but that's about it. I didn't really watch it solidly for about probably the best part of 20 years. But I always circle back around to see what's going on. I started looking into it again and I got hooked. The more I watched it, the more it inspired me. And eventually my wife said, you know, instead of watching it, you should just do it. And that's when the fuse was lit. There were times where I thought about doing it, but I put it off with every excuse under the sun. Don't know where to start, I don't have time, or when things aren't so busy, like the usual. And what I found when I actually did it was something I honestly really didn't expect. When I'm at wrestling training, I'm not thinking about work, bills, clients, and all the stresses that go on. I'm completely in it, fully present in a way that's hard to find anywhere else. It ticks every box I didn't know that I needed ticked, like fitness, creativity, a physical outlet, an aggressive outlet. It's a skill that I'll never finish. I'll never be the best. I'll never complete it. You just keep leveling up and you just keep getting better, no matter how good you get. And that's what I love about it. The evolution, the fact that there's no ceiling. I notice when I miss a week, it does really affect me. It's become more than a hobby. It's like I need it now. And that's what I mean when I talk about keeping active. It's not just about going for walks or going to the gym. It's about having hobbies that you're passionate about that get you out of your seat. Not just exercise, but something that expresses who you are. Something that has levels and somewhere where you're having a creative outlet and you're expressing yourself, where you're always learning something or integrated with other people that are on the same journey. That's what's missing for a lot of people. It's not that they need a gym program. It's the thing that pulls you in completely and gives you the rest of your life to have somewhere to stand. Here's something that I genuinely believe. We all need something to look forward to, not just the weekend. For most people, it's getting to Friday plans where they get together with people and just do something that revolves around food and drink, or the next holiday. This is different. This is something that's yours, something that you're building, learning, and getting better at. For a lot of people, that disappears. It might be starting from when you start studying for uni, and then from uni you start work. From work you work at building your career. From the career you find a partner. From the partner you find a family, and then it goes on and on and on and on and on, and you just leave behind the things you used to do and the person you used to be, back decades ago. And that's what I'm passionate about, helping people rediscover and bring back. We end up earning more, but doing less. And we trade the things that lit us up for the things that make sense on paper. Slowly, without making the conscious decision, we leave behind the person that we used to be. Our bodies change as we get older, and then even more so as we start doing less and as responsibilities start stacking up. But that doesn't have to define who you are, and that is not what you have to settle for. I reject that completely and wholeheartedly. And this channel is built on that rejection. Now, if you're relating to what I'm saying, click subscribe, because this channel is for people who recognize themselves in what I've just described. People who are active, capable, someone they respected, someone that they want to get back to, and have drifted from that without quite knowing how, but know that's where they want to get back to. Maybe you were never quite that person. Maybe you never managed to reach the person that you wanted to be. And that's just as valid. I'm here to make a case that the version of yourself you actually respect is still available to you. You just have to stop accepting the alternative. Follow me along for this journey. Click subscribe. I'll drop a new video every week, and let's get into it.